Alright, this is going to be a quick blade build slash showcase video. And yeah, there's not much to the build. It's pretty simple, so it won't take too long. And then there's going to be a showcase at the end if you're wondering what he's capable of. So for the light cone, you're going to want his signature 5-star light cone. It's just the best light cone because it has crit rate, max HP, and a damage boost. All great stats. A secret vow is a decent other light cone, but not as reliable since you won't always get the bonus damage boost from being below the enemy's max HP. Other good light cones are on default the Eon, which is the free light cone you get from Simulated Universe, and the Claro light cone. For the traces, you're going to want to go with your basic attack trace priority because it increases the enhanced basic damage, which is where most of your damage is going to come from, especially if you're running him with a Bronya. After that, you're going to want to upgrade your talent and ultimate, and then using your skill for last, just because it's not as impactful as your ultimate and talent boosts. For the bonus abilities, the Cyclone of Destruction is definitely one of his best bonus abilities because it does increase his talent, follow-up attack, damage by 20%. Other good traces are he has 12% crit rate from these minor traces, which is actually pretty major, because that's a pretty high crit rate stat, meaning he has 17% natural crit rate. For the relics, it's pretty simple. For the 4-piece, you're going to want to run this Disciple set, because you get 12% max HP and 16% crit rate. If you want to run 2 pieces, you can go a 2-piece Disciple and a 2-piece Eagle of Twilight line, but I wouldn't recommend a 4-piece Eagle of Twilight line, because he has a really high energy cap, and most of his damage comes from the enhanced basic, so he would get more out of going 2 pieces of Disciple and Twilight line than the 4 piece of Twilight line for the every so often he gets his ultimate. Another decent 2-piece you could go is the Traversing the Hacker Space just for the speed boost. For the 2 pieces of the Spears and Ropes, you're going to want either Arena or Inert, just because they give crit rate and also increase the damage of either your basic attack or your follow-up and ultimate. I prefer the Arena because a lot of my damage comes from the enhanced basic, and I do run him with Bronya, so he's moving a lot and getting his enhanced basic off a lot. But if you don't have a Bronya and you're running him in a pretty slow team, Inert is probably a better set because he'll get his talent off from being hit more often and his ultimate off more often as well. For the limit breaks, the first limit break is pretty nice for increasing his single target damage. The second one increases his crit rate, which just reduces the amount you need from substats. The fourth limit break is nice for pretty much everything. It increases his survivability, his damage, and how much he heals, basically. So yeah, it's a really good limit break. And the sixth limit break is honestly a really good limit break, and it's just going to get better with time because I imagine in the future there will be units that consume allies' HP, which is just going to trigger his talent, which will need less stacks when you have his 6th limit break. And before I forget, for the main stats, you're going to want crit damage or crit rate on this piece. I'd say crit rate if you don't have his light cone, but crit damage if you do. For the boots, you want speed, because he wants to move pretty often. Then for the spear, you want wind damage boost, although you could probably get away with an HP piece if you have really good substats on it. And then for the rope, it's going to be your scaling damage, which is going to be the HP %, since that's where most of his damage scaling comes from. So, yeah, I guess we can go over a few useful units with him. Bronya's a really good support with him because she can use her skill to move him up forward and also enhance his damage. Plus, he doesn't consume skill points, so you can get that skill off for free. But he also doesn't generate skill points, so you might need her light cone or even a limit break so that you're not in the negatives. Let's see, Luoka is another great unit with him because of the lifesteal and also the skill activating when he falls too low. He's just a really safe unit and can pretty much keep him at full health throughout the battle, even though he's consuming it with every attack. For the last unit, it's going to be Silverwolf, just because she is the debuffing unit that increases the damage the enemies take, and she can also inflict a wind weakness on the enemy if it doesn't have it. Overall, she's just a really great unit that fits into any team, and Blade is no exception. After that, there's not really a lot of good synergies with other characters. Like Tingyan's decent, but she increases the attack amount, so she's not as useful as a Bronya would be, since Bronya increases damage and crit rate. But her ultimate would be nice if you want him to activate his ultimate more often and you're running an inert set for that ultimate damage boost. Yukong is another decent unit, since she does give you the crit rate and crit damage with her ult, but her ult's the most unreliable since units can be slowed down or sped up, and it can mess up with the turn order, so Blade might not even get the ultimate buff. Lastly, Pella, pretty much just like a mini Silver Wolf, but she does actually inflict the defense break to multiple units, so she could be more viable in AoE stages. Anyways, that's it with the build section. Let's just do some showcases now. Let's see a good Memory of Chaos stage. Okay, yeah, we'll run him in the first stage of Memory of Chaos 8 and just showcase how well he does. Probably gonna want, yeah, Blade, Anya, Silverwolf, and I don't have Luoka built up, which I'm really sad about, so I'm gonna have to go with Bailu. And then, yeah, we'll just throw something in there since we're not really planning to clear it. And yeah, this Memory of Chaos buff is not ideal for Blade. But with the next Memory of Chaos, he's obviously gonna be a lot better.
Show your courage. You took the bait. Time for a buzz.
A blade of fight is set.
Need a doctor? You'll pay for
And now
this.
we'll
Lend
advance
me
Blade
your
up
strength.
again.
I will defeat.
Time for a buzz.
Yeah, we don't mind wasting a turn for now.
A blade knows me. Fail to set you.
This combat needs up. This is double speed.
So we're gonna consume a bit of Blade's HP so his ultimate does more damage, and also build up our buffs.
This battle is lend me your strength. We've entered the storm.
So now we'll buff up Blade, use his basic, and then use his
I will
ultimate.
dispatch you. Your end approaches. That paradise, savor it for me.
And yeah, that is one-shotting that guy.
More enemies.
Yeah, we don't need
Time
this skill
for a
point.
buzz.
A blade knows no mercy. Fail to set you.
Lend me your strength.
I will dispatch you.
This combat. This is double speed.
Let's heal up for safety. Yeah, we can pretty much kill. Or actually, we actually broke that guy. Weakness broke that guy. Gosh.
You took the bait.
A blade knows no mercy. That paradise, savor it for me.
So the other one's probably gonna die to weakness break damage, so that's why we're focusing on the right one.
The fight is set. Fail to set you.
Yeah, he's really good at breaking the enemies, which is really nice for these Void Ranger bosses
Entered the storm.
that need to be weakness broken to stop their targeting and stuff.
Crush them. You'll pay for this. Lend me your strength. Can I have time for a buzz?
So yeah, that is a pretty good clear, I'd say. Yeah, if you have Luoka, he's definitely a much better healer than Bailu would be. Bailu's only saving grace for being a healer with Blade is that she can actually increase his max HP, But that would really only work at the start of battle if she was faster than him. Anyways, thanks for watching. I also had this Echo of War recording from something else, so I thought I might as well just include it in the showcase here. I am using a friend unit, so I do actually have a pretty decent healer for this. Yeah, for the most part, it's just using Silver Wolf to inflict all the debuffs so that Blade can hit as hard as possible. The first phase isn't really too difficult, honestly, and we should be able to clear it really easily.
I will dispatch you. That paradise, savor it for me.
Alright. Yeah, I think that we might be able to kill it with our next turn, because we'll have the talent and the enhanced basic. Oh, and we might even... no. So yeah, the first phase really isn't too difficult, especially when we have such a powerful DPS with us. And now we'll get Luoka's field up, so now you can really see the benefit he brings to the team with his amazing lifesteal. Because Blade pretty much just won't drop below max HP for the rest of the battle. And now we'll get all our debuffs on him, and we should be pretty good to clean up with Blade. Boost Bronya, or use Bronya to boost him. We'll get our enhanced basic and then our ultimate, and maybe kill?
That paradise, savor it for me.
Yeah, 100k damage. And one thing to note is Blade isn't like a single target damage dealer like a Sayla or something, because a lot of his damage comes from the splash damage, so him doing 100k damage to a single target is actually pretty insane. Honestly, this third phase is more annoying than anything. But at least it regenerated all of our energy, so we should be able to set up Blade pretty good here.
We've entered the storm. To guard and defend, crush them.
Unfortunately, we didn't have a skill point for Bronya's skill there, so Blade can be advanced forward. But he should kill with Bronya's next turn if she advances him forward with his talent.
There's always a weakness. Lend me your strength.
I will dispatch you.
And that's an easy kill.